Hey YouTube, it's your boy MizukiBlox back with another video, and in today's video we're running back yet another tier list video, which is, this time the title's going to be different. The topic is going to be about Bankai, since, as you guys already know, I already ran a tier list video which got deleted by accident. Yeah, I deleted it. Volt standing, and even a clan tier list, which, by the way, go check them out. Obviously all of them are posted on my channel. The more support the better. Now, of course, before running this video, I've played most of these Bankais, and I've spoken to some of the veteran players that have played with them too. And, of course, watch tutorials and explainers to solidify my point of view. And, of course, I'm willing to share my findings with y'all today in today's video. But now, without wasting anyone's time, let's hop right into the first Bankai, which is Explosion. Now, before explaining my point of view on Explosion, let's quickly go over the passives and the moves. The passives are Explosion's passives leaves behind 5 falling detonation wisps during the beginning and end of the flash step. And it also turns the player's counter into an up tilt and creates an explosion after a wall bang for extra damage. Now, the first move and the only move is called Blast Overdrive. Basically, ignite your failed body in order to defeat your foes. This move is a mode which slightly buffs the player, heals him, and revives him if used while downed. Now, Explosion is complete ass when it comes to the other Bankais in the game. It could be mid if you use the utilities right, but Explosion as a whole is just a very booty Bankai. Now, of course, a lot of you guys are going to be arguing, a lot of you Explosion players, so please write your opinions down in the comment section. I'm just genuinely curious. But the Bankai move is pretty decent, as it boosts every stat and pass, basically every stat. Obviously, the passes are legit too. I mean, the wall explosion is definitely a unique aspect, so credit is given to where credit is due. But all in all, definitely a high C tier. Now, right away, the wind element, and let's quickly go over the passes and the moves. So now the passives are, Wind's passes makes the player deal more damage in the air combo, and it makes him be able to do a double jump, which is okay, damn. Now, obviously, move 1, Heavenly Wind combo, basically utilize the power of wind to its maximum potential, slicing your enemy away. This move scales with both strength and spirit. This move, in my opinion, can be used as a W combo extender, as is something you'll most likely only going to be able to pull off mid combo. But I also appreciate its Shikai form, which is just a whole other story. I mean, there's so many combo extensions you could use with the Shikai mode. Now, I know, some of y'all wind haters out here probably wanting me to throw shade on it, or at least put out low C tier for the laughs. But when you do think about it, I mean, you actually don't need to think about it. Wind is just the peak of all Bankais, as its nice combo extenders and starters are really awesome. The little air combo beginner could lead into a nice extension, and the air combo beginner is the third move in the Shikai, which is just absolutely dope. Could lead into a nice extension that could later lead into the ultimate, which is just so beautifully done and does so much. I mean, so much damage. It's almost perfect. Something tells me that we're going to see a little nerf in the next coming weeks, since it's just too busted for its own good. I mean, this is a common Bankai, guys, that tops literally the rares and the legendaries. Crazy. But yeah, definitely top S tier. In my opinion, the best Bankai, and like on this list, the best Bankai, top S tier. Wind is the king of all Bankais, period. Now, moving on to the gravity element, let's go over the passes and the moves. The passives are, the user gets low gravity wherever he goes instead of only having in the gravity field. He also gets an asteroid belt that flies around him and damages anybody who comes near. Note the passive listed below only work in the gravity field, basically has custom M2 and custom counter. Move 1 is Doomsday, shatter the walls of your gravity field, creating a black hole. Then the black hole coating it with nearby rocks. So you basically create a black hole, nearby rocks come into it, and you have the ability to toss this rock at whatever you aim it at. This ability scales with spirit. Now, gravity is the Bankai that low-key fell off. Like, its Shikai mode is kind of cool, and the Bankai is cool, but the recent nerf of this Bankai basically worsened it by twofold. If not for that nerf, I would have given it a warm spot on the S tier, but nerf's a nerf. Still love the moves though, definitely a badass side of the Peroxide Bankais, but with the recent downgrade, I'm gonna give it a spot in the mid A tier. But what I appreciate about this Bankai in more detail is the extra custom M2s, as well as the passive, which can be hella convenient during a PvP. But the move is pretty pointless compared to the ones previously on the list and the ones coming up, since when you have the rock in the air, I mean, logically think about it. If your opponent's aiming a rock at you and he's waiting to throw it, once he throws it, you're just gonna flash step away, or at least try to. You know what I mean? So there is a chance that you can miss, and that's, you know, a chance is a chance. So, but still mid A tier. Now fire is a Bankai that I've thoroughly discussed in one of my previous videos. Make sure to go check it out, it's on the channel. But fire is definitely good, it's above average. I appreciate it since it got a nice set of moves. The only downside is, unless you rock a hybrid build, other than that, you ain't really gonna last with it. See, like, this sucks because it limits this Bankai to only one style, which is really inconvenient in my opinion. But the passes are solid, and it's a pretty stable Bankai aside from the little tweak. So definitely a low A tier. Now the clone Bankai. Let's go over the passives and the move. Now the passives are: clone's passive causes you to generate 4 clones from false clones instead of 2. Move 1 is called perfect clone. Creates the perfect clone to help you in fighting your enemies. Summons an identical clone of your enemy to help you fight him. Now clone's definitely a Bankai I would not like to verse. I mean, since this Bankai, it's been currently on the high end of all Bankais. Its moves, damage, and everything is so evenly distributed. Also, its Shikai mode is just completely busted. I'm talking about the Shikai and the Bankai in this case. It's really crazy. And it's really at its prime. Even if Peroxide does decide to nerf this Bankai, it'll still earn a nice spot on an S tier. It's the meta of all Bankai, so definitely mid S tier. Moving on to the Lightning Bankai, the passes are: Lightning's passive makes lightning strike at the end and the beginning of a flash step. So once you take a flash step, you get a thunder strike once you do it, and once you end it. The move 1 is called 1000 Birds. Kind of reminds me of Kakashi's Chidori. I'm pretty sure it's like called 1000 Chirping Birds or something too, which is kind of cool. I bet that's where Peroxide got the name. But anyways, you grab your opponent and stab them with the power of thunder. This move scales with strength and deals more damage the fewer health your opponent has. Really cool. Lightning is definitely one of the better Bankais on this list. And what I appreciate about Lightning is if you find the right build, this can be a very draining combo extending build for your opponent, as this Bankai can be very annoying in a lot of instances, and despite the miniature pre-game release nerf it suffered, it's still in the top 3. The damage to yourself part is a bit annoying though, but if you learn to handle it, that shouldn't be a worry. All in all, this deserves a mid S tier, a little bit below clone. Now last but not least, we got the Glacier element. This is a very controversial one currently in Peroxide, but the passes are: Glacier's passes make all Glacier hits apply an ice slowness. The user also freezes the floor underneath him, slowing enemies who step on it. It also has 2 custom counters. One is called Yukukaze, counter while nobody's attacking you. Summons a red circle that triggers a cutscene when hit. And 2 is called Down Slam. So first you could cause it, and then by clicking M2 while near the victim, triggers another Down Slam. Really cool, 2 custom M2s. You don't see that in other legendary, but move 1 is called 4 World Freeze. Basically create a planetary sized ice ball and crush your foes in it. This ability scales with strength. Now Glacier, despite the controversy going around, is definitely the top 3 Bankais, as in my humble opinion, the moveset is just amazing. I mean, the passive, the slots, everything is just so sharp. Its passive ability that slows down your opponents is seriously on point, since it opens up so much opportunity, even if your opponent slows down for a second. Overall, legendary deserving Bankai, low S. Now, a lot of y'all I bet are probably going to yell at me in the comments to switch Clone with Wind, which I can see where you're coming from. Clone has been hella annoying recently, especially with those long-ass lasting clones, but Wind has definitely superiority in terms of combo extending, and needs to be recognized for the talent it holds. I can also see some of you getting on my mind with the Glacier and Lightning switch, which no, because clearly Lightning is superior. I mean, have y'all seen the moves Lightning has, the combo extending material right there? It's insane. And yeah, Glacier's passives are hard, but it's just one passive, man. Everything else is on Lightning's side. Aside from that, all y'all explosion players, please simmer down. I'm genuinely curious though, so like, write your arguments down in the comments. And if you guys have like a Bankai y'all want to switch explosion with, please tell me that, because I'm genuinely curious what y'all are thinking. A Bankai is a Bankai though, so you guys are chilling. But yeah, that should wrap up today's video. I hope this video gave some of y'all new players kind of a rundown and basically an overall highlight of every single Bankai and its ability. Obviously all these Bankais are dope, even Explosion, because again, a Bankai is a Bankai. But yeah, on that note, like, sub, all the proper things, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Ciao.